you have an obsession, I would say more a love from the heart with rice. We already spoke about asopao and the connection with your grandma. But in a way, even you are a chef that you have very different. You're doing books, you're doing TV, you're doing research, you're looking into who you are through food. The visit to Ghana is one moment that rice becomes a very important centerpiece, one ingredient. I mean, we have tens of thousands in ingredients in this planet. But explain to us why rice became this kind of important ingredient to tell your story, and more important, to tell the story of many other people. Tell us why rice became important in J.J. Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, let's go back, Lulu. Let's go back. Let's go back in time. Like, I grew up with boxed rice, right? My grandmother passes away. My parents are working parents. My mom has to cook every day now. And a lot of mothers, right, had to cook every day and work. And my mom was making instant rice, right? And in America, rice in the 90s were looked down upon. You know, like if you had rice at the table, it wasn't a luxurious ingredient. And as I went off to culinary school, I never thought about rice, Jose, at all, right? Maybe there was small rice cookery, how to make rice pilaf, how to make paella, but that was really it. And I go on my risotto. I go on my culinary journey to become a chef or to work in kitchens, and never touch rice and never see rice on the plate. Never. I'm not even thinking about rice or in the restaurants that I'm working in. So I take this journey to Ghana, and the first moment I have in Ghana with the place I'm cooking at, Villa Monticello, the team is making a Senegalese dish called tebujan, which I had no idea what tebujan at that time was, which is a beautiful, large pot of rice that is layered with seafood, sometimes, fried local fish, large chunks of vegetables, some dried seafood, a lot of fermented going on. And everybody before, it was like people were just pushing away the seafood and using their hands to grab the beautiful tebujan and eating it. And I'm like, and I'm the guy grabbing the beautiful fried snapper or the fried grouper and eating that first. And then I took a step back and I'm looking at the food through the cook's eyes and saying, well, why is everybody getting so excited about rice? And I came back from that trip doing deep research on West African cooking, but also started to learn through researching West African food that rice was a significant ingredient, right? That came from West Africa through the Caribbean into the Americas, and it was a cash crop. And there was these beautiful grandma grains that used to fuel America. And I started to do deep research on those grains. And I also learned that rice is not just produced in China. It was a major product of West Africa, and it got blacklisted at a point. And I started to go down this rabbit hole and really realizing that rice was this greatest connector, what I consider the greatest connector for all cultures. And I could express myself being this kid of multiple ancestries of people, that I could start to express myself through rice on the plate, because I can make different dishes that would tell people who I was. And that was my first iteration of seeing rice being beautiful. And then I started to travel or get invited to and cook in places like Israel, and visiting rice farms in India, and going to Singapore. And going to those places, once the rice came to the table, it was like a party. And that's when I really got the realization that rice is a star ingredient, and maybe I can champion rice.